one of the things that we do every year and have for the past 13 years is we have this sweet little initiative called Hearts for Heroes. It was started by one person with what she thought was a small idea, a way to give back to her local community. She decided to bring her friends and her families and our clients into the mix by creating Valentine's Day cards for deployed service members in her town.
We know about those packages, and we got one of those packages, and it was in our tent. And the guys had already rifled through it by the time I got back from mission. And so I walk in, and there's this box sitting on the table, and I said, "Hey, whose box is this?" Because I didn't want to take something without asking permission. They said, "Hey, it was sent to us. It's a community box." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool." And I grabbed like a Twizzler. That's what it was. I grabbed a Twizzler and a Tootsie Roll, and I saw this card in there, and I flipped it over, and I was like, "What's this card?" It's from a grandmother who is saying, "Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for serving our country. Thank you for protecting us." And she took the time, and it was the most beautiful handwriting. I don't know what it was, but it punched me in the heart. And I just thought, it's like, there's a grandmother somewhere who put so much love just into this writing, in this card, that even me 10,000 miles away, it hit me, and I had to have it. So I took it, and I kept it with me through the entire tour, and it stayed by my bed. And every time I came back to my bunk and I would bring up my laptop to call my family on Skype, I'd look over at that card and I was like, "Hey, Grandma." We never really truly know the ripples that we create by our actions. And nor do we have a say in it. It's kind of one of those things when you say something, you don't have the right to tell someone how to feel about it. The same thing when you make an action of that kind of generosity and love, it ripples in ways you can't even fathom. Those matter the most because they hit me at a time when we had just got through taking some pretty bad news, and it had been a rough go. And then all of a sudden, home calls, somebody cares. And in a world where we're so divided by so many things, and you're fighting in a war, and that little bit of love from home, from grandma's, all you need to fix you up. So what I would say is, please continue to do it, because you're hearing one voice. And from what you told me, you don't hear this often. So let me speak for those that don't talk about it. It saves us. It matters. And it allows us to feel that we matter. It's a reminder too that I'm living quite a very blessed and very lucky life, and there's some guys that didn't come back, and there's some friends of mine that I will not be able to call up and say hi to anymore, just to bug or send a prank, so it's also one of those remembrances that I take them wherever I go. Love is one of the main powerful things in this universe, and those boxes are filled with love. Mm-hmm. And we feel it. And we really, really, really need that to continue, because without that, you'll never know how much that meant to me